Good morning, everyone, and on behalf of the Confucius Institute at the University of Adelaide, I would like to welcome you to the fourth Hanyuqiao Chinese Bridge Chinese Proficiency Competition for Secondary School Students Preliminary Finals.
大家早上好，欢迎大家莅临第4届汉语桥世界中学生中文比赛澳大利亚使馆赛区总决赛。
I'm Li Xiaojiao from Confucius Institute at the University of Adelaide.
And my name is James Oswald. I'm a former student of Adelaide University. 我中文名字欧基民，我是阿德莱德大学的毕业生。
Today we are privileged to have 22 wonderful students from Western Australia, Northern Territory, the ACT and South Australia to give us a show of Chinese culture and Chinese language.
今天我们将欣赏到来自西澳大利亚州、北领地、首都特区以及南澳大利亚州的22位选手展示的他们眼中的中国和中华文化。
And the most outstanding students today will be chosen to go to China for the international finals in October.
表现最杰出的选手将有幸代表澳大利亚去中国参加2001年度世界中学生汉语桥比赛的总决赛。
But just before we hand over our stage to the students, I would like to invite Dr. Zhang Ning, Acting Director of the Confucius Institute at the University of Adelaide, to say a few words.
下面我们邀请阿德莱德大学孔子学院执行院长张宁女士致辞。
The Honourable Paul Holloway, Member of the Legislative Council of South Australia and Ambassador of the Confucius Institute, Mr. Zhang Jide, Second Secretary, Chinese Embassy, Canberra, Dr. Jerry Groot, Head of Asian Studies of the University of Adelaide and also representative of the University of Adelaide, distinguished guests, students, parents, teachers, friends, ladies and gentlemen. 大家好 Welcome to this 2011 Hanyuqiao Chinese Bridge Proficiency Contest. 欢迎你们 Actually, today is the opening day of the Year of Chinese Culture, and we didn't plan it purposely, but we seem that we are a part of this festival. This is the third year that the Confucius Institute at the University of Adelaide sponsor and host the high school Chinese Bridge, Chinese Proficiency Speech Contest. This is the regional preliminary final in Australia. We have contestants from 4 states and special region. They are from Western Australia, ACT, Northern Territory, and South Australia. Confucius said, 学而时习之，不亦乐乎？有朋自远方来，不亦乐乎？ It reads in English like this. Is it not a pleasure, after all, to practice in due time what one has learned? Is it not a delight, after all, to have friends come afar? This sums up very accurately what we are here for today. I think everybody will agree with me. China is a fast developing country in the recent decades, at least. Of course, China was also fast developing in the history, in some times of the in history. China has created very important impact on the world now. So we believe that today's young people will drive the relationship between China and South Australia and Australia in the future. So it is critical that they grow up with awareness and an understanding of China. To do this, the Confucius Institute work closely with students and teachers across South Australia, providing Chinese culture activities and competitions for students. In last year, more than 2,000 students participated in our programs. We also offer prizes and scholarships for outstanding students. We also provide professional development for our teachers and also organize study tours to China for school leaders and principals. Every year, we lead a group of students and a group of school principals and school leaders there, and everybody was so impressed and was really enjoyed themselves. Not only that, last year we organized a group of South Australian parliamentarians to go to China and to help them to better understand the country. And we've hear a lot of positive feedbacks from the parliamentarians. We also work closely with business communities, helping them to understand China better, such as providing Chinese culture training, as well as the China Briefing Series, which is a very successful program so far. So these are only a part of our activities. We actually organize more than these activities. I can't mention all of them today. Being able to host this Hanyuqiao today is important with us. Actually, this Hanyuqiao is a great example of what the learning of Chinese culture and language can bring to school students and young people. We hope that the young people to this event, either as a performer or as a competitor or candidate or participant, whatever you think you are here, will leave this place with more open mind to engage with China and more curious about Chinese culture and language. We also hope that the young people and their parents will see that engaging with China, engaging with Chinese language learning and Chinese culture is more than simply preparing them to engage or to do business with China. Learning Chinese culture and learning Chinese language actually is more than just doing business with China. So it's very important that we understand that learning Chinese language and culture and being involved with China is really actually fun. So thank you for coming to this event and supporting this event. Especially thank you and welcome candidates from interstate. They make great efforts here. They have demonstrated their real talents and their devotion to the learning of Chinese, and they actually demonstrate very high standard of their speech and knowledge yesterday. And I'm sure they'll bring to us more wonderful performance here today. But South Australians, they also have done very well. So, 我祝你们马到成功，好不好？ Now next, let us welcome the Honorable Paul Holloway to say some words to us. Let's welcome him.
Thank you very much, and it is a great pleasure for me to be here this morning. Could I first of all acknowledge Mr. Zhang Jide from the Second Secretary from the Chinese Embassy, and can I right from the start acknowledge the important contribution that the Chinese government makes to the study of Chinese language in Australia, the Confucius Institute, and indeed for these competitions. So thank you for that. Dr. Zhang Ning from the Confucius Institute and other staff from the Confucius Institute, representatives from the Chinese community here in South Australia, students. Look, it is a great pleasure for me to just say a few words to welcome you to this event and to wish you all the best, all those that are competing this afternoon, all the best in that competition. The relationship between Australia and China is often pointed out as one of the most important relationships that this country has, and indeed when one looks at a lot of the gloom around the world at the moment in terms of the economy in parts of Europe, it really draws attention to the fact that here in Australia, one of the reasons that we are not suffering from those economic ills that so much of the rest of the world does is because of our key trading relationship that we have with China. There's a perfect complementarity with that trade relationship. China needs our resources, and as a small country, we need the consumer goods which China has proved itself so good at making in the last few years. Indeed, if one looks at that trade relationship, I was fortunate enough to be the state's trade minister back in 2004, and I visited Beijing at that time, and that was just before China was about to go into the World Trade Organization. And there were predictions then that trade would double the Chinese trade would double in a very short period of time, over 5 years. Well, if one looks at it, I think it's what's happened in the world in that period of time is it's vastly surpassed that. And indeed, the most recent figures we have in this state show that in the 12 months to April alone, trade with China grew by 87%. So it's almost a doubling just in that 1 year. So I think that illustrates just how important our trade relationships are with China. They're growing significantly. South Australia is our largest country to which we export, and that can only grow into the future. But I do want to emphasise the points that Dr. Ning had just made in relation to cultural aspects. Trade is more than just selling goods from one country to another. It is important that we do understand the differences between the way countries operate, the different legal systems, the different culture, different business customs and so on. And I think that's really where students of Chinese can contribute so much to the future. Unfortunately, I don't speak Chinese, but we haven't been fortunate enough that with studies of Chinese in our schools, we've been able to get enough people to help us within government, and we do go on these trade delegations, that we can ensure that there are proper communications. And I can assure all of you that there'll be great demand for your work in the future. There's no doubt that not only will trade between Australia and China grow, but it'll extend just from us selling minerals and resources and buying Chinese goods. That we're already seeing, apart from the great increase in the number of Chinese students studying in Australia, we can now see in tourism, for example, there's a big increase in Chinese tourists coming to Australia, as indeed there are Australians travelling to China. That can only be good for the economies of both countries. It can only be good for the better understanding between Australia and China. And it is to better that understanding that certainly I'm pleased to be associated with the Confucius Institute. It's very important we should do that. But the studies that you as students of Chinese, as speakers of Chinese, that you can make, that you can contribute to that in the future is also very important. So I want to recognise your efforts. I think it can only be for the good of this country and for the betterment of yourselves that you're studying Chinese, and I wish all of you all the best with your competitions for those of you that are involved. So thank you again, and all the best for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Holloway. And before we ask our students to come to the stage, I think we should fill in on what we have done yesterday.
This competition is about more than the cultural performances you will see today. There are 3 sections that the students compete in: general knowledge, speeches in Chinese, and cultural performances.
Yesterday afternoon, the general knowledge test and Chinese speeches were completed, and that leaves the cultural performances today. The standard of the speeches yesterday was outstanding, and later on, you will have a chance to listen to a selection of the best speeches from yesterday. Just have a taste of how good our students' Chinese really is.
But the main task ahead for the students today is to show us what they know about Chinese culture with their performances and demonstrations. Each performance will be marked by our panel of judges here, who are back today for a second day of judging duties. Dr. Sheng Lin from the Confucius Institute and Shandong University.
Associate Professor Wang Shaobing, Deputy Director of the Confucius Institute.
Mr. James Cheer from Mount Lawley Senior High School in Western Australia.
Miss Catherine House from Prince Alfred College and the University of Adelaide. So this is the plan. In a moment, we'll get to see the first group of students do their best in the culture performance. And then we will have a chance to listen to a selection of the best speeches from yesterday. And after that, everyone will take a short break and is invited to join us for morning tea in the room behind us. After the morning tea, we'll be ready to the second group of the performance. Once they have finished, our dear judges will need some time to work out the winners. And while they are doing that, we'll be entertained by some of our guest artists, which we are both very much looking forward to.
下面我来介绍一下今天的安排。选手被分为两组。我们首先将欣赏到第一组选手的文化表演，之后我们将有幸有请5位选手带我们一起回顾他们昨天进行的精彩演讲。在中文演讲之后，我们会休息片刻，享用由孔子学院准备的早茶。休整好之后，第二组选手将送上他们的中国文化表演。所有选手完成比赛之后，在评委们进行最终比赛结果计算时，我们将欣赏来自特约嘉宾们的传统中国文艺演讲表演。
And then it will be time to announce the winners. The big winners today will be the top 4 students who have given great performances across all categories. The top 2 students will be invited to go to China for the international international finals, and the 3rd and the 4th place students will also be invited to go to China as observers. We also have prizes for students who have given outstanding performances in each of the individual categories, and they will be announced at the end as well.
然后最激动人心的时刻就来临了，我们将现场宣布比赛结果。在本次比赛中，综合表现最突出的4位选手将得到去中国的机会。前2名优胜者会被邀请代表澳大利亚参加在中国举行的2011年度世界中学生汉语桥比赛总决赛。第3名和第4名优胜者也将作为观众参加本次总决赛。同时，我们也会对在本次比赛的单项比赛中 表现优秀的选手进行嘉奖。
But before that, we will give a word of thanks to the sponsors who supported our competition today. They are the Chinese Embassy in Canberra,
Ko Yong from First Class Australasia,
South Australia's Nice Ones,
and Kim Wang Supermarket.
And now it's time to have our students to be on the stage to show us.
Unfortunately, because of the volcanic ash cloud from Chile, flights from the Northern Territory have been cancelled. As a result, 3 of our students can't be here today for the competition. However, yesterday they did a written test and speeches with other competitors online, and we are going to watch videos of their performances today as well. So,
The first lucky student today will be
Gabrielle Hines from Darwin High School in Northern Territory. So we'll be watching a video of her performance, his performance, sorry, getting a good bargain in China. So Gabriel, sorry, not Gabrielle.
Enjoy.
Sorry, my poor English.
大家好, welcome to Learn Chinese with Gabriel, and I'm Gabriel. Today we're going to learn how to bargain in China. Now, bargaining can be a wonderful experience, but it can also be very stressful, and that's if you don't know the rules. So after today, you'll be all like masters, just like me. So let's begin. Step 1. Look cool. You want to make sure the shopkeepers think that you don't actually want their product, otherwise they'll give you a very high price. Now, you see something you like, and you just got to keep it cool. Be nice to the shopkeepers, but just for now though. Oh, 请你给我便宜一点好吗? Can you give it to me a bit cheaper, please? No luck. They're playing hardball. Oh, 太贵了. It's a bit expensive, isn't it? They're still playing hardball. Time to pull on the heartstrings. Oh, 我只是中学生，我没有很多钱，请你给我便宜，可以吗？可以。I'm just a poor middle school student. Please give it to me cheaper. Please. They must have a heart of ice. That's it. Chucking out all the rules. 你疯了！那个商店比你便宜多了。You're crazy. That shop over there has it for way cheaper. Now, the most important thing in bargaining is the walk-off. If this doesn't work, nothing's going to work on this shopkeeper. Another technique for when bargaining is to make friends with the shopkeeper. Have a laugh with him. Call him your friend. Yeah, and that will always get you a good deal. Now, even if you do get a bad deal, always take the shopkeeper's business card and give it to all your friends, who obviously live in China, and thank him and say xie and thank him for the experience. Thank you for watching today's episode on bargaining. Next week we'll be focusing on squat toilets, the do's and don'ts. Bye bye.
Thank you, Gabriel. I promise next time when I'm going back home, I'll use your way to go shopping, if you can hear me. And now let's hand over our stage to George Boras from St. Peter's College from South Australia. And he will give us a demonstration of Chinese calligraphy, showing us the most complicated Chinese character.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm not going to write the most complicated character in Chinese today, but I still will show you some of the Shufa style calligraphy. Kwai le Hanyu Ching Chun Yo Yue.
你写的字真漂亮。Okay, so the next performance for the day will be Teresa Pham from Northern Territory. Again, it's going to be a video on the screen because she cannot be in attendance today.
Hello, my name is Teresa. Today I'll talk to you about Afanti. Afanti is a famous character in folk tale from Xinjiang Autonomous Region in West China. He belongs to the Uyghur people and travels with his donkey. In Uyghur language, Afanti means wise man, so his story often shows wisdom and courage. He is also a very humorous character who often makes bad people look stupid. There are hundreds of Afanti stories, but today I'll share just one with you. This is the story of Afanti borrowing a pot. In Chinese, it is called Afanti 借过. Once upon a time, there was a government official. He had a lot of money, but was very selfish. He would always take from other people, but never help them. He especially never lent his things to other people. One day, Afanti convinced the official to lend him one of his big cooking pot. He promised to return it in 3 days. The next day, Afanti went excitedly to the official's house. He congratulated the official. 恭喜, 恭喜. Your big cooking pot gave birth to a child, so now you have a small pot for free. Even though the official did not believe Afanti, he was happy to get a free pot. So he told Afanti to keep the big pot at his house for longer. 为我多生几只小锅子吧. Let it have more children for me, he said. Several days later, Afanti came to the official's house again, but this time he had a sad expression on his face. 对不起, I'm sorry. 您家的大锅子昨天死了. Your big pot died last night. The official was so angry. 你骗人, you liar. How can a pot die? So Afanti replied, if a pot can give birth, then why can't the pot die? Of course the official could not argue with this, and so Afanti taught him a valuable lesson, and maybe the official wasn't so selfish after this. Even though this is an old story, but there is always something for everyone to learn. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Teresa. And do you know that there's a famous Chinese cartoon show called Afanti? So students here, if you are studying Chinese, that's a good choice. Very interesting, I assure you. And now we should welcome Lena Kim from Salisbury High School from South Australia. And she will sing a Chinese song called 世上只有妈妈好.
Hello. 大家好，我叫李娜。今天我想给大家唱一首老歌，歌名是《世上只有妈妈好》。If everyone know this song, please sing with me. 世上只有妈妈好，有妈的孩子像块宝，离开妈妈的怀抱，幸福了不了。世上只有妈妈好，没妈的孩子像块宝，离开妈妈的怀抱，幸福了不了。谢谢你。
Thank you very much for that performance, Lena. Takes me back to the days that I was living in China. And for the next performance, I would like to ask Zoe Williams to come to the stage. Zoe is from Wolford Anglican School for Girls, and she'll be reading a poem called Goodbye Cambridge. 再别康桥.
I am reading the poem Goodbye Cambridge by Zhu Jamal in both Chinese and English. I chose to read this poem as I think it really represents the integration of the two cultures, both Western and Asian. Very quietly I take my leave, as quietly as I came here. Quietly I wave goodbye to the rosy clouds in the western sky. The golden willows by the riverside are the young brides in the setting sun. Their reflections on the shimmering waves always linger in the depths of my heart. The floating heart growing in the sludge sways leisurely in the water. In the gentle waves of Cambridge, I would be a water plant. That pool under the shade of elm trees holds not water but rainbow from the sky, shattered to pieces among the duckweeds. Is the sediment of a rainbow-like dream? To seek a dream, just to pole a boat upstream to where the grass is more verdant? Or to have the boat fully loaded with starlight and sing aloud in the splendour of the starlight? But I cannot sing aloud. Quietness is my friend. Even summer insects heap silence for me. Silence is Cambridge tonight. Very quietly I take my leave, as quietly as I came here. Gently I flick my sleeves, not even a wisp of cloud will I bring away. 大背康桥，足之谋，轻轻地我着了，正如我轻轻地来，我轻轻地教说，多被先前的云彩，那河畔的金流，是一想中的信仰波过里的阳年，在我的心戳荡漾，若你想的清醒，悠悠地在水道招摇，在康河的柔波里，我钢琴做一套水草，那月阴下的一场，不是清泉，是汤香红，若水大浮照见，全天的彩虹是的梦，出呢？是成一直长高，向青考更清楚满足，满在一串星辉里，在星辉斑斓的放歌，但我不能放歌，悄悄是别离的上笑，下长夜为我沉默，沉默是渐晚的看巧，悄悄的我着了，正如我悄悄的来。我会一会一学，不带着一片云彩。谢谢大家。
Thank you, Zoe. Thank you very much. I think one day if I'm leaving Adelaide, I'll go to the bridge on Torrens River, read this poem again. Okay. And now let's welcome Amy Lee from Rosemoyne Senior High School from West Australia. And she will show us Tai Chi.
And I'll be showing 10 basic forms of Tai Chi. Hope you enjoy.
Thank you very much, Amy, for that beautiful demonstration of the Chinese art of Tai Chi. And now I would like to ask Liam Kearney to come to the stage. Liam Kearney is from Christchurch Grammar School in Western Australia, and he will be singing the Chinese national anthem.
And he's joining us from the back of the room.
Ah. Okay.
在中华人民共和国成立62周年的神圣时刻，英雄的中国军队在这里集结，自豪的中国人民在这里欢聚。今后伟大时刻的到来，要用最嘹亮的声音唱出心中最美的赞歌，请全体肃立，站起来，升国旗，唱国歌。把我们的血肉筑成我们新的长城。中华民族到了最危险的时候，每个人被迫着发出最后的呼声。起来，起来！我们万众一心，冒着敌人的炮火前进。冒着敌人的炮火前进，前进，前进。
Thank you very much, Lian. You give such a wonderful show. And now let's welcome Leon Manson, who's from Darwin High School as well. So we'll have a look at his show on the video. Thank you.
My performance is more like a brief introduction to Chinese music. Chinese music has a long cultural history, going all the way back to the use of classical instruments such as erhu and guzheng and the pipa. And of course, the most popular and famous type of classical music was opera. Okay, so I couldn't exactly sing that one, but you get the idea. Did you know that music has actually played a key role in Chinese history? Music flourished in Shanghai when it became the center of commerce in the 30s, linking east to west. And in the 70s, we had artist Deng Li-jun, whose song restored a sense of Chinese culture and hope after the tragic events of the Cultural Revolution. And then in the 80s, we had artist Cui Jian, whose song became an anthem for the Tiananmen Square incident in 1989. I'll now sing you extracts of each of these. La la la, la la la, 我是卖报的小行家，不等天明去卖报，一面走一面找，今天的新闻真正好。你问我爱你有多深，我爱你有几分，我的情也真， 我的爱也真月亮代表我的心。你千千万个不休，你何时跟我走？可你却总是笑我一无所有。哦，你何时跟我走？ Now, as China has opened its doors to the cultures of other countries, so too has its music done so, and adopted new themes and music styles. What was 90s music? What was 90s pop music like in China? Think Kylie Minogue in her early years, and you're not too far off. How about a little Ren Xianqi? 对面的女孩看过来，看过来，看过来。这里的表演很精彩，请不要假装不理不睬。对面的女孩看过来，看过来，看过来，不要被我的样子吓坏，其实我很可爱。And what about today's music? Let's finish off with a little hip-hop. China has taken on American hip-hop, but with its own little twist, and less violent lyrics, of course. Hip-hop Chinese style. Ta 每天上班、下班、加班，吃不下饭，串串串。大领带、黑皮鞋、黑羊带、黑面菜。Thank you very much. I hope you've all learnt a little bit about Chinese music today.
Okay, so a very loud thank you to Leon, if you can hear us over there in Northern Territory, for that whirlwind history of Chinese music. And next I would like to invite to the stage Kate Prowse from Walford Anglican School for Girls. Her performance will be called, was called Festival's Rap.
小酒班上叮当，听我把中国热日讲。正月初一出街招，家家户户过年好。长新衣，戴新帽，春节团圆放鞭炮。正月15过元宵，全城的同仁不能少。上花灯，快家巧，大家烧上真热闹。5月初5是正午，总之烧炮家家户户，赛龙舟，扫厅堂，庆幸爱也插门上。8月15幼儿园，中秋佳节庆团圆，唱瓜歌，吃月饼，唱儿的故事说一说。8月初5是重阳，秋高气爽抓酒好行。登高无恙就迎老，有缘老人身体好。腊月初8是腊八，腊八走上到您的家。过了腊八是新年，欢天喜地过年年。春节、正月、端午节，中秋、重阳、腊八节，祝大家高高兴兴、热热闹闹、快快乐乐、顺顺利利，又一年。
Thank you, Kate. And now let's welcome Samuel Nitschke from Salisbury High School. He will show us 双簧. If you don't know what 双簧 is, you'll tell out after this.
大家好，我叫 Samuel， 这是我的同学，她叫 Marianne。
大家好。
我们一起表演双簧。
Okay, I don't think I'm quite ready for this performance, so I think I might just get ready, okay? way, feel free to laugh at any time. Yeah, you guys felt that, didn't you? Okay, I think I'm ready.
Good. 大家好，看什么？看颜色。怎么看？我用眼睛看一看。闻什么？闻香味。怎么闻？我用鼻子闻一闻。说什么？说故事。怎么说？我用嘴巴说一说。blah blah blah blah。有什么？要什么？要苹果。怎么咬？我用牙齿咬一咬。听什么？听音乐。怎么听？我用耳朵听一听。拍什么？拍皮球。怎么拍？我用双手拍一拍。噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔。走到哪儿？走到麦当劳。怎么走？我用双脚慢慢走。谢谢大家。
Okay, thank you very much for your performance. It's the first time for me watching that kind of performance too, so very interesting. Okay, so now I would like to ask Declan Sharp from Prince Alfred College in South Australia. He'll be coming up to the stage and giving us a calligraphy exhibition.
评委观众，你们好，我是来自奥弗雷德王子学校的双手，我叫 Declan Sharp. Today I'm going to give you a presentation on Chinese calligraphy. Now I'm very lucky to have studied Chinese calligraphy in the past because when I went over to China with the PSC cultural tour in April, we got taught by a master how to do some calligraphy. He painted this one for me, which is my name in Chinese. And it reads from right to left, Der Ke-en. Now Chinese calligraphy is or Shu Fa, is the oldest form of Chinese art, and it can be used to express one's feelings, much like poetry is in English literature. And it dates back to the inception of the Chinese language, which was originally in the 13th century BC, and it was painted on the back of tortoiseshells in the Shang dynasty. Now there are 4 treasures of Chinese calligraphy. There is the brush, with a head made of usually hair, it could even be weasel hair, and then usually bamboo stem. Then there's the paper, usually rice paper, and the ink stone and ink stick. And the ink stone and ink stick is how you make ink traditionally. They do this by having a pool of water at the bottom of the ink stone and then grinding the ink stick into it to make the ink. Now, the ink stone is traditionally from the banks of the Yellow River, and knowing how to make the best ink from the ink stone is one of the ways to become a great calligraphy artist. Today I'm writing for you a Chinese sort of good luck saying that's traditionally for birthdays, for longevity. Because 上周六是我的爸爸是55岁生日，我祝他福如东海 which means the richness of the South China Sea, and 手臂南山 which is and the longevity of Mount Nan. Now to finish off, traditionally Chinese artists have a stamp, but because I've got red paper I can't really show you. And I got this when I went to Beijing, and it has the artist's signature on it. Oh, that doesn't quite work. Thank you. 谢谢.
Thank you, everyone. That's the end of the first group of performances. And before we have our morning tea, it's time to get a taste of some of the best speeches from yesterday.
非常感谢选手们的精彩表现。在享用早茶之前，让我们来看看我们选手们的中文演讲水平如何。将有7位选手进行演讲。
We will have 7 students today who are going to come onto the stage and do their speeches. And they are
Owen White, Amy Lee, Liam Kearney, Matthew Parry, Kevin Kelly, Andreas Bierley, and Samuel Nitschke.
And they are going to be on the stage in no particular order. Starting with Owen White, he's going to talk about his experience in Beijing.
各位老师、各位来宾，你们好，我叫白云，我上11年级，我学汉语3年了。今天我想谈谈我在北京交流的经历。去年底，我去北京语言学校学习了2个月，跟其他留学生一起上课。因为每天都上4节汉语课，我的中文进步很快。现在我汉语说的比以前流利多了。我发现只用汉语上课很难，比我在澳大利亚学的难多了。可是我坚持学下来了，因为我知道那对我学好汉语很有帮助。除了上课，我还参观了很多名胜古迹和好玩的地方。北京是中国的首都，历史悠久，有古老有现代化，非常有意思。中国有句话说，不到长城非好汉。一看到长城，我就觉得长城又大又壮观，北京人很了不起。我很骄傲，因为我成为好汉了。在北京，我住在中国人家里，他们都对我非常好。每次我想出去玩，他们都陪我一起去。我的中国弟弟每天都帮我做功课，我也帮他学英语。在他们家，我过得很开心。在北京，我了解到很多中国的文化。北京人的生活习惯和我的很不一样，比如他们喜欢喝豆浆，而我喜欢喝牛奶。我也喜欢吃肉，尤其是世界闻名的北京烤鸭。我也爱吃别的地道的中国菜，比如火锅、全聚德的饭菜什么的。2个月的文化体验太有意思了，我学到很多东西，还交了很多朋友。对我来说，能到北京学习，机会难得，我很幸运。北京的风土人情和名胜古迹都给我留下了美好的印象。将来我还要再去中国。谢谢大家。
And now you can tell out how wonderful our students' Chinese really is. And now let's welcome Amy Lee. She's going to talk about Chinese festivals.
大家好，我的名字是李志源。今天我想和大家谈谈中国的传统节日。中国有很多重要的传统节日，比如春节、清明节、端午节、中秋节等等。中国人最喜欢、最重要的节日就是春节了。春节是在农历的1月1日，所以也叫农历新年。春节前，家家户户都非常热闹，他们忙着准备过年，买年货、买新衣服、写春联、大扫除等等。他们除夕晚上，一家人就高高兴兴聚在一起吃一顿又丰富又美味的团圆饭。吃饭后，一家人在一起观看电视上的春节联欢晚会。在农历新年，北方的中国人喜欢吃饺子，南方人则吃年糕。在节日的时候，小孩子们特别高兴，他们不但有新衣服穿，有好吃的东西吃，又可以拿到很多红包。人人见面的时候都说一些吉利的话，恭喜发财，新年快乐，万事如意，年年有余。到了正月15日，就是元宵节了。元宵节，人们喜欢去看灯展，他们一边吃汤圆，一边猜灯谜，真是有趣。所以说，中国人的春节是多么的很有意思啊！谢谢大家。
Thank you, Amy. And now we will have Liam Kearney, whose topic is Chinese food.
女士们、先生们，大家好，我是李昂。今天我为什么来这里啊？我想跟大家说点吃的。中国人俗话说“民以食为天”，这句话对啊，美式文化对中国人来说尤其重要。可是很多老外觉得中餐就是古老肉、炒饭和叉烧包。为什么老外只知道这些菜？是因为不到30年以前，一帮人从广东来到波斯，开饭店，只买他们家乡风格的菜。这不能代表全部的中国菜。在中国，美食是一种文化，也是全国人民崇拜的宗教。各地的人都有他们自己钟爱的食物。中国有一个名言：除了桌子4条腿的，除了飞机带翅膀的，什么都吃。其实中餐有4种主要的风格：川菜、鲁菜、淮扬菜和粤菜。川菜是四川人的风格，四川人热爱麻辣，比如说四川火锅、宫保鸡丁和麻婆豆腐。从四川我们可以往东边走走，到了广东省，广东菜也叫粤菜。粤菜有一点甜，经常用很多不同的酱，比如说皮蛋瘦肉粥和炒饭。在北边有山东省，山东菜叫鲁菜，鲁菜有很多各种各样丰富的汤，用很多玉米、花生和醋，比如说九曲大肠。我们最后谈谈淮扬菜。淮扬菜是有名的不咸不淡不油不腻，正好可口，比如说汤包和柿子头。好了，不再说了，那边有人口水都快流下来了。让我们一起去中国吧，去吃中国菜。谢谢。
口水流下来的那个人是我。Okay, now let's welcome Matthew Perry, who's going to talk about how hard to study Chinese and how interesting Chinese is.
评审员、来宾们，大家好，我叫帕马西。今天我要跟大家分享我学习汉语的一些苦和乐。我学了3年的汉语，我觉得学习汉语真不容易，可是却很有意思，也有挑战性。我觉得写汉字和汉字的声调不容易掌握。英语非常容易写，只用到 ABC 就可以了。可是汉字必须要一个一个字方方正正的写，不可以多一点少一画。汉字的声调很难说得好，很多时候我说错了，我的中国朋友听得莫名其妙，不知道我在说什么。有一回，我的朋友问我喜欢哪一个篮球明星，我回答说我喜欢姚明，他听了哈哈大笑。原来我把姚明说成了要命，真不好意思。可是学汉语也有它的好处， 我有机会去中国旅行。去年我跟学校的旅行团去了中国，这是我第一次去中国，真的让我大开眼界，认识了中国，也爱上了中国。在上海，我去了世博；在杭州，我游了美丽的西湖；在西安，我参观了兵马俑；在北京，我登了长城，当了好汉呢。另一个好处是我能够吃到很多好吃的中国饭。我的汉语老师带我们去吃点心和珍珠奶茶。在中国，我吃了北京烤鸭、小笼包和饺子，好吃的不得了。总而言之，我认为学习汉语有苦也有乐。你们同意我的看法吗？谢谢大家。
Thank you, Matthew. And now let's welcome Kevin Kelly, who will talk about the experience of living in Australia as an American.
各位老师，各位来宾，大家好，我叫 Kevin Kelly， 是美国人，我学汉语3年了。今天我想跟大家说一说我在澳洲生活的经历。去年8月，因为我爸爸的工作，我们一家人搬来澳洲首都坎培拉。我爸爸是外交官，在美国大使馆工作，所以我们常常搬家。我在很多国家生活过，可是觉得最特别的地方是这里。为什么呢？因为澳洲人很有意思，他们都很友好，看起来很亲切，挺喜欢聊天。不论什么人见了面，大家都是 mates。澳洲地方很大，野生动物很多，风景美丽。我和家里人最喜欢周末骑车去公园看袋鼠。有一次，我和弟弟一共看到300多只袋鼠，非常有意思。可是，我和澳洲人一样是运动迷。我的特长是打网球。我去过悉尼奥林匹克体育馆和中部沙漠城市比赛。今年1月，我还去墨尔本看了澳洲网球公开赛。最精彩的一场比赛是李娜的是中国的李娜和 Kim Clijsters 的决赛。因为我很喜欢运动，生活在这里我很开心。可是跟其他的国家比起来，澳洲的物价不太便宜。在澳洲买1瓶可乐的钱，可以在美国买3瓶。澳洲的东西真的太贵了。我很高兴有机会住在澳洲。澳洲生活经历我永远都忘不了。谢谢大家。
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's welcome Andreas Bailey, who's going to talk about travel in China.
敬爱的老师、同学，你们好！我要讲讲我的中国旅行。 去年我和我的老师同学去中国旅行，我比别的同学晚了2天到中国，因为我要代表我们学校参加西奥滑翔板比赛。我和我的队友赢了金牌。我想有一天我会参加奥林匹克的滑翔板比赛。我自己一个人到了上海，找到我的同学，因为我的汉语很棒，说汉语没问题。在上海，我们参观了世博。我最喜欢的是中国馆。我觉得中国馆是好看，具有中国特色。从上到下都是中国红，没题了。在中国馆里，我最喜欢的是湖北展厅。进了湖北展厅，一个很大很大的荧幕出现在我的眼前，还有很多很多的用绳子挂下来的塑料小人，发出不同颜色的光。小人还会自己突然游来游去，好像在荡秋千，有意思极了。先变魔术，我看了半天，不想离开。你知道吗？我们在世博外面等了2个多小时，可是我一点都不后悔。再等2个小时也值得，你们说对不对？我们还去了很多地方，上海、北京、西安和杭州。我照了很多照片，回家后我的妈妈看了很高兴。她让我努力学习中文，将来带她去中国。谢谢大家听我的演讲。
Thank you, Angiers. I hope one day you can take your mom to China as well. And now Samuel Nichiki will introduce his family and his friends to us.
大家好，我叫 Samuel Nichiki， 我的中文名字是聂山木。我出生在阿德莱德，现在在 Salisbury 高中读10年级。我今天要谈谈交朋友的学问。我家有4口人，我的爸爸妈妈、姐姐和我。我妈妈有荷兰人的血统，爸爸有德国人的血统，因此我的皮肤颜色很浅，很容易被太阳晒伤。我经常跟妈妈开玩笑说：“妈妈，你今年给我什么生日礼物？我什么都不要，只要防晒霜。”除了自己家人，我还有很多的表兄弟姐妹和其他的亲戚。我们相处得很好，我们都是好朋友。在学校，我有很多朋友；在 Facebook， 我也有很多朋友。一天，我在 Facebook 上交了50多个朋友呢。我很喜欢交朋友。你知道我为什么有这么多朋友吗？你知道中国伟大的教育家、思想家孔子就有很多朋友。有人问孔子的学生：“孔子为什么有那么多朋友？”孔子的学生说：“医生有很多病人，因为医生可以帮助病人。孔子用他的品德来帮助别人，所以大家都喜欢和他做朋友。我非常赞同孔子的想法。我们知道，大家都喜欢和诚实的人做朋友，都不喜欢和虚伪的人交往。大家都喜欢和大方的人做朋友，都不喜欢和小气的人交往。大家都喜欢和讲道理的人做朋友， 都不喜欢和霸道的人交往。大家都喜欢和礼貌的人做朋友，都不喜欢和粗鲁的人交往。大家都喜欢和心胸宽广的人做朋友，都不喜欢和心胸狭窄的人交往。德不孤，必有邻。品德好，朋友多，永远不寂寞。这句话深深地教育着我。今天我有计划再次来参加Hanyuqiao，我相信这句话将帮助我结识更多的朋友，让我们都记住品德好，朋友多，永远不寂寞。谢谢大家。
Thank you, Samuel. And thank you, everyone. I think you enjoyed the speeches. And you can tell out how good our students really are.
So now it's come to the time for a break. So if you'd like to join us for morning tea in the room behind us, you're most welcome. We will start the second round in about 15 minutes' time.
早茶时间我们15分钟后见。
You came along and everything started to hum.
Hi, everyone. May I have your attention here? Thanks. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed your morning tea.
That's right. Somebody ate all the cakes. I didn't actually get to have one, so. Okay, so now we'll begin with the second half of the performances. So without further ado, I'd like to invite the first student, Andreas Bierli, to come to the stage. Andreas Bierli is from Churchland Senior High School in Western Australia, and he'll be singing a Chinese song for us called Mo Li Hua, or Jasmine.
Hello, this is my own arrangement of the well-known traditional song Mo Li Hua, Jasmine Flower.
Thank you, Angus. And now we will have Bingjun Park from Prince Alfred College and give us a performance of 甜蜜蜜 on violin.
Hello, my name is Kopar. I chose to play Tian Mimi because, well, my parents quite like it and so do I, and I think it's quite soothing and sweet. Oh, sorry.
All right, thank you very much, Bingjun. So, for our next performance will be Jessica Fairley from St. Martin's Lutheran College in South Australia. And she'll be performing a song called Country.
我是 Jess. Today I'll be singing a song called Guojia. It's about my country and how I love my family and my country.
Jia 多说过很大，其实一个家，一生说满过，一手掌结痂，家是岁小过，过是千万家。在世界的国，在天地的家。有浪涨的国，在亚父的家，国是我的国，家是我的家，我爱我的国，我爱我的家，我爱我国家。啦啦啦啦。多说过很大，其实一个家，一生说满过，一手掌结痂，家是岁小过，国是千万家。在世界的国，在天地的家。有浪涨的国，在亚父的家，国是我的国，家是我的家，我爱我的国，我爱我的家，我爱我国家。在世界的国，在天地的家，有了长的国，在亚父的家，国是我的国，家是我的家，我爱我的国，我爱我的家，我爱我国家。我爱我国家。谢谢。
Thank you, Jessica. Such a beautiful song. And now we'll have Christopher Paul from Canberra Grammar School from the ACT. He will show us Chinese note in 中国节。
大家好. Today, I'm going to be presenting two knots to you. One I will be making, the other one takes a little bit more time, so I cannot make it today. So, first thing, this is the knot I will be making today. It's got the white triangle. It is called the Buddhist good luck knot, commonly used on Buddhist monks' robes, and also as a decoration in celebration. As you can see, it's got the triangle for good luck. This is what I'll be making today. Secondly, this is a more complex knot, although it looks much more simple. This is called the Buddhist peace knot. As you can see, it's got a square in the middle, and it's quite fiddly work, so I'm not going to try this today. To start off with, we've got a piece of string about this big. We fold it in half, and make a cross with the rope. Next, we get the ends closest to me, we put it over the left-hand side. Then we put the left-hand side over the top over the right-hand side, and the right-hand side through the knots which we started from. We tighten this to make a square-type pattern, which will be the base to our knot today. And this is what it looks like when it is the square-type pattern. Next, we lie the knot upside down, so the two ends are facing you. We take the left hand and we port it over the bottom hand. We put the bottom hand over the right and the right over the left hand. Now this is where it gets a bit tricky, so you've got to bear with me here. But what we do is we take the two top ends, we put it over to make the triangle shape, and then we thread the two loose ends through the bottom knot. We tighten. And there you have it, the Chinese good luck knots.
Thank you very much for that demonstration, Christopher. It's certainly not as easy as it looks. Okay. No more bad jokes, I promise. Yeah. So for the next performance, I'd like to invite Bridget Delaney to the stage. She's from Adelaide High School from South Australia, and she'll be playing the Chinese composition Butterfly Lovers, Liang Zhu, on the flute.
大家好，我叫 Bridget. First of all, I will need to prepare myself for this.
Thank you, Bridget. This famous song is normally played on violin, so it must be very hard to play it on the flute. And now we will have On White from Canberra Grammar School in ACT, and he will show us paper cutting.
Hao. Today I'll be performing traditional Chinese paper cutting. This particular design is usually used during celebrations and festivals in China. During cutting, songs will usually be sung to celebrate the festival seasons. 太阳下山，明就你就爬上来，花儿谢了，明年还是一样的开。美丽小鸟一去无影踪，我的青春小鸟一样不回来，我的青春小鸟一样不回来。别的那呀哟，别的那呀哟，我的青春小鸟一样不回来，我的青春小鸟一样不回来。别的那呀哟，别的那呀哟，我的青春小鸟一样不回来，我的青春小鸟一样不回来。太阳下山，明就你就爬上来，花儿谢了，明年还是一样的开。美丽小鸟一去无影踪，我的青春小鸟一样不回来，我的青春小鸟一样不回来。别的那呀哟，别的那呀哟，我的青春小鸟一样不回来，我的青春小鸟一样不回来。太阳下山，明就你就爬上来，花儿谢了，明年还是一样的开。美丽小鸟一去无影踪，我的青春小鸟一样不回来，我的青春小鸟一样不回来。别的那呀哟，别的那呀哟，我的青春小鸟一样不回来，我的青春小鸟一样不回来。When the design is almost finished, you're almost there. When cutting is ceased, clean up the cuts and the excess paper that shouldn't be part of the design. Once this is done, start to unfold the design, which will reveal your four-leaf round flower design.
Thank you very much, Owen. 我的青春小鸟也没有回来，不知道怎么回事。Okay. Okay, so for our next performance will be Priscilla Chu from the School of Languages in South Australia, and she'll be giving us a performance on the Guzheng, which you'll see shortly. Thank you.
Thank you, Priscilla. And now we are going to have Jared Van Maley from Prince Alfred College in South Australia. He's going to sing a song, 我和你.
Hi, my name's Jared. I'll be singing a song called 我和你 by Liu Huan and Sarah Brightman. Yes, from the 2008 Beijing Olympics. Ni xin lian xin to ong ju di chou chuan wei mang xiang qian li xin xiang hui zai Beijing 来吧，朋友，伸出你的手，我和你心连心，永远你家人。You and me from one world, we are family. Travel, dream 1,000 miles, meeting in Beijing. Come together, put your hand in mine. You and me from one world, we are family. Lai ba, 朋友，伸出你的手。You and me from one world, we are family.
Thank you very much, Jared. Okay. So our next performance today will be Matthew Parry from Mount Lawley Senior High School in Western Australia. And he will be giving us a demonstration of calligraphy.
去年我第一次去了中国，中国给我留下了很深刻的印象。今天我要用毛笔写4个字来表达我对中国的情感。Last year I went to China for the first time. China gave me a very deep impression. Today I'm going to use the Chinese calligraphy to write 4 characters to express my feelings towards China. Just waiting for the music, bear with me.
What track is it? Is that 21, but it's only
Sun. Number 3. 3. 在中国。
Thank you, Matthew. I also love China. And now let's welcome Kevin Kelly from Canberra Grammar School in ACT, and he will show us paper cutting.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's good.
各位老师，各位来宾，大家好，我是 Kevin Kelly。今天我要表演一下中国简句。Now, the character I'm doing today is Fu. It's a character for good luck and happiness. And pretty much you want to start out with this square in which you do many folds, which I have it now in columns. And the first cut is a curved cut, the top left-hand corner. Now, paper cutting was first introduced in the 6th century Tang Dynasty. It's often used, in special festivals, and it's often used for decoration. And here I'm cutting a circle, a semicircle actually, into this area. And the next step, you want to fold it over, and you want to cut just a tiny little triangle in the bottom left-hand corner. Now, the reason why I'm using red paper here is because red is the color for celebration and good luck in China. The part I'm cutting here is the trickiest part. It isn't that difficult, but this part's the trickiest, where you cut a disc-shaped figure into this corner. And at this point, I've finished the right side of the character, and now this is the last cutting part of it. Now, when you have food in your life, and land, and clothing, what else could you ask for in your life? Life is as good as it gets. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Okay, for our final performance of the day, I'd like to invite Handsome Kim from Adelaide High School to give us another musical performance.
大家好. Hi, my name is Han Sam Kim, currently studying Chinese at Adelaide High School. Today I'll be presenting two pieces of music. The first one I'll be presenting is called Mo Li Hua, which means jasmine, and the second song is called Xin Tiao, which means heartbeat. The first song, Jasmine, is a traditional Chinese music, and throughout the song it describes how beautiful and how sweet smelling the flower is. The second song, Xin Tiao, is by Wang Lihong, which is somewhat modern Chinese music. The first part, Xin, the heart, represents the emotional part, like the lyrics and the way he sings it. And the second part, Tiao, represents the rhythmic sounds and beats. I hope you enjoy. The next song, Heartbeat.
Thank you, Handsome. You know so many Chinese songs. Thank you for that.
Okay, so that's all of the students' performances for today. So could we please give them another round of applause?
Okay, it's now the time for our judges to make the final decisions. And now, while they are doing that, we will be entertained by our guest artists to the stage. So starting with an action performance brought by Fit Martial Arts. Welcome.
Hello everyone, my name's Daniel and I'm part of the Fight Entertainment Action Team, or FEAT for short. We perform martial arts demonstrations and performances as we're going to do today. We also do film and TV and live stage shows. Today we have a very high energy, high impact show. So if you see something that you like, see something that amazes you, feel free to clap and cheer along. We actually encourage it. So I'd like to give you a round of applause. I'd like to introduce you to the team. I'd like to introduce you to Ryan. Ben. Derek. Nick. And Nathan. And we are the Fight Entertainment Action Team. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Ryan. Ben. Derek. Nick. And Nathan. Thank you very much, guys. Do you guys want to see one more trick? Yeah? You guys got one more trick, freestyle or something? Ooh. Nathan? Yeah, he's landed that like once before. Very nice. Anyone else? Any other takers? Ben. Nice, dude. Alright, guys. We're Fight Entertainment Action Team, also known as FEET. Thank you very much for watching us. Do you guys want to see one more trick? Grand finale. Grand finale. It's going to need a lot of energy. It's going to need all the chi in the room. All the chi. Let's get a solid clap going. Derek will start it. Follow Derek. Please do not die. Thank you very much. We are FEET. All right, let's have another big round of applause for FEET. Let's see. I could do that, fellas, I just don't want to.
I doubt. Okay, thank you, FEET. And would you please give us a chance to say thank you? We'll give you some gifts from our sponsor. So, yeah. Thank you, Elsa. Yeah. It's from our sponsors, South Australia. Nice ones. Oh.
He's got 2, I want 4.
Thank you.
Okay, so better get off
Do
the
that,
stage.
Timmy? Yeah, Timmy, you can do that.
I'm wearing a suit. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to get ready for our next performance. The performance is on an instrument called the pipa, and the composition will be called The Dance of the E-Tribe by Miss Jingyuan Wang.
Thank you very much. And now we'll have a 古筝 performance called Fishing Boat in the Evening. The Chinese name is 渔舟唱晚, brought by Miss Ting Ting Huang. Okay, that's all about the performances. And now I know someone will be very nervous because all the judges are back. Okay, before we announce the final result, I would like to invite Dr. Zhang Ning to say a few words.
Actually, I still don't know what to say. Hello, everyone again. And hello, Lisa. Lisa Vlahouse, another parliamentarian, just came to support us. So we are very fortunate that we have supporters from all directions. Thank you for coming. Let me quote another saying from Confucius. 知之者不如好之者，好之者不如乐之者. What does it mean? The translation is, to be fond of knowledge is better than merely to acquire it. To make delight in it is still better than merely to be fond of it. You started learning Chinese when you were young. Maybe your parents told you to learn it. Maybe your school teachers encourage you. Maybe you like your school teacher. Maybe you like a particular movie. Maybe you like your martial art. Maybe like somebody said, I can't remember who said that, the story of A Journey to the West, the Monkey King. So something that gets you to be interested in learning Chinese. Well, we learn Chinese in classrooms, and you think, especially at the beginning, it's so hard to get the pronunciation right, to get the tones right. Actually, today we heard a speech about how to get the tone right. If you don't get your tone right, you can be mistaken. You can make very big mistake, and you may offend people even. And the characters is so difficult to learn, to memorize characters, how to draw the characters that many students say the draw characters. But in Chinese, in any Chinese children wouldn't say draw characters, right? You have to write characters. What I'm saying is it's very hard and tedious and maybe boring to learn all these things. But as you keep your effort going, you learn, you keep learning it, you find you start to like it, right? And there's so much in it that you never know before. And then you develop more passion about it. Actually, learning a language is not only learning how to say the language, but also you get to know the culture within the language or behind the language, so you know how to communicate people better and make you to learn to think from another perspective or from other perspectives. So these are all the benefit of learning another language. Actually, learning another and also intelligently make you more clever and wiser as well. So you can know that, you can already feel that I'm a professional language teacher here promoting the learning of language now. Actually, James or Jimmy, your MC, was never nervous, very nervous just now, but we couldn't see any trace of being nervous just now, didn't we? Right? Jamie, you did a very good job, and also I'm very proud of him because he was my student. So he actually is a role model for you all, and he spoke so excellent Chinese. He actually came to university to learn Chinese from scratch, and he learned in Chinese 1 the first year. After that, he won a scholarship or went on an exchange program to China with scholarship, without scholarship. With scholarships, right, from the Confucius Institute, right. But he chose to go to a place where not many foreigners there. So he was so determined to learn Chinese well and to speak and to listen to Chinese only. So he went to the Hebei, Zhangjiakou North University, and he came back with so excellent master of Chinese. Actually, he got the HSK. He set the HSK exam in China, which is HSK 汉语水平考试 Chinese Proficiency Test at a very high level. So we are so impressed and very proud of James. So you can see, you can all to be James and be better than James in the future. Well, maybe you didn't want to hear all this because you want to know what your results are. And it's very hard for the judges to make the final decision. I speak on behalf of the judges today, and I was the chief judge in the past 2 years, but this year I get Professor Sheng Lin to be the chief judge. It's very close and very hard for us to choose, and it's really we feel so frustrated and very reluctant to announce the results. But we have to, I'll leave the MCs to announce the result. But what I'm saying is we're very proud of your efforts and your achievements and your performance today. What I see, or what we see these two days is the passion, your devotion, your passion, your hard working, and your interest in the Chinese language and the Chinese culture. I saw your teachers here, your parents here, your fellow students here to support you. And we also see the modern technology, the use of modern technology today. I'm so impressed. I'm thinking maybe I should use this more in my classroom later on in the next semester. Anyway, so the performance is very outstanding, and the level, the standard is getting higher and higher this year, each year. And we are so proud of you. And some people just miss out maybe just very fractional of marks. So if you didn't win anything or you didn't win the place that you wanted to, doesn't mean you didn't do well. It's just that there are so many factors we have to consider when we make the decision. And I always have to say here now that the decision is the judge's final decision. There will be no challenge accepted. This is always the rules. Please respect it. I think I've said it, but I just want to make a little bit suggestion is, I know at this age, I see your passion. Next time, how do you say, you have to show your passion in appearance. Because some performance today, very good, but your face very, very frozen, and you don't smile when you play a music. You have to play from the heart. How you interpret it, they are happy, they are, make you happy and make audience happy. But if you play a music or you sing a song but with a stone face, then, no matter how hard you try, people can't see the pleasure and the joy from you, and you will send less pleasure to students. So I don't know whether some of the contestants see that I try to smile to you when I sat there. I try to sing with you. Or I want you to really get happier, so that will make your performance even better of effect. Okay, but anyway, I'm very proud of you. I'm sure everybody is proud of you, and you are proud of yourself. Thank you very much. And those who miss out this year, we hope to see you next year again. All right? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Zhang. Do you want to say a few words, Jimmy?
Yes, I'd just like to say thank you very much, Zhang Ning, for your kind words. And thank you very much for your advice to the students. There's a sentence in Chinese, I believe it goes, 只要功夫深，铁杵磨成针. Yeah, so it means with a lot of hard work and persistence, you'll take a lump of iron and turn it into a needle. So for all of you who may not have taken out prizes in this competition this year, I wish you best luck for next year and keep trying.
Okay, we should leave the secret at the end, but first of all, we want to say that thank you all the judges for your hard work today, and would you please give us a chance to show our appreciation? Thank you. Gifts from our sponsor, South Australia's Nice One.
I'd also like to take this opportunity to express our gratitude to the volunteers who have helped make this day a success. We have Mao Yueyan, Bob Xie, Dylan Lin, Michelle Liu, and Serena Lee.
Thank you. And now it is a time to announce the winners. But firstly, we will have all our students to have their certificates of participation. So now let's welcome the first group to the stage.
While these students are making their way to the stage, we'd also like to say congratulations to those students who couldn't be here today. We have Gabriel Haynes, Teresa Pham, and Leon Manson from Northern Territory. Okay, so I'd like now to ask Dr. Zhang Ning to come back to the stage, and also Professor Wang Xiaobin, Deputy Director of the Confucius Institute, to award our students with their certificates of participation.
Okay, congratulations. George Boris.
Lena Kim.
Zoe Williams.
Amy Lee.
Liam Kearney.
Kate Prowse.
Samuel Nitschke.
And Declan Sharp.
Andreas Bailey.
And Bingjun Park.
Congratulations. Okay, it's time for another group. Welcome here. Okay, firstly, Jessica Fairley.
Christopher Parr.
Bridget Dilling.
Owen White.
Priscilla Chu.
Jared Van Malley.
Matthew Parr.
Kevin Kelly.
Han Sang Kim.
We would like to thank all of the students for their performance today. And as a token of our gratitude, we will be presenting all students with an authentic Chinese painting. So you'll be receiving them after the competition. Okay?
Okay, well done. Now let's move on to the next step. We would like to invite Kong Yong from First Class Australasia and Dr. Zhang Ning to award the students for the prize for the outstanding achievement. For each category, we are given 2 prizes for outstanding performances.
And in the general knowledge category, these go to Jessica Fairley of South Australia. And Teresa Pham of Northern Territory, who unfortunately cannot be here today.
Okay, for outstanding performance in the cultural performance section, the prizes go to Andreas Burley from West Australia. And Bridget Delaney from South Australia. Congratulations.
Okay, and for outstanding performance in the speech section, the prizes go to Kevin Kelly from ACT. And Leon Manson from the Northern Territory, who again cannot be here today.
All right. Okay. This brings us to the top 4 students over all categories who are going to China for the final competition this year. Okay, we will have Mr. Zhang Jide from Chinese Embassy in Canberra, and Kong Yong from First Class Australasia, and Dr. Zhang Ning to award our students. Okay, to start with, the 4th place student, whose name is Matthew Perry from West Australia. Congratulations.
Okay, and 3rd place goes to Amy Lee from Western Australia.
Well, the 2nd place student who's going to go to China for the final competition is Liam Kearney from West Australia.
Okay, so that just leaves us with the 1st place winner. Drum roll? No? Okay. The 1st place goes to Owen White from the ACT.
Congratulations. Okay. Congratulations again to all the winners. So they are going to China in October this year. Good luck. So many prizes, and besides, you'll also have another one after all of this. And now we would like to say that thank you, Mr. Zhang Jide from Chinese Embassy in Canberra. And thank you to all of our sponsors, especially Kong Yong from First Australasia. And also we would like to say that thank you to Dr. Zhang Ning, who has given so many speeches today. Okay, and also, another thanks to our special VIPs who have joined us today, and to our hardworking judges, to all the talent guest performers, and our 5 volunteers. I want to repeat their names again. Dylan, Michelle, Serena, Yue Yan, and Bob. Thank you.
And I'd also like to extend a great big thank you to all the Chinese teachers of all the competitors who have helped our students a lot and have travelled a long way to be here.
Thank you. And thank you again to all the wonderful students, including all the audiences here.
So we hope you all enjoyed the competition, and we thank you again for joining us today. See you next year.
明年再见。